section. We're from H-Town, so we slowed it down.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Follow These Artists. It's your girl, Desiree McKinney, and I have my homeboy, Yeti, here in the building. I feel like I've known you a gajillion years.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I've only known you for this year.
Right, yeah.
How you doing, fam?
I'm good. The legendary Yeti. Checking in with Miss McKinney. Yeah.
Check underneath for the name. It'll be right here. Yes.
Bet. Appreciate
it. So, tell me about, well, I'm going to give you a small introduction, and then I will let you talk a little bit about yourself and what you do. So, Yeti, from my understanding, is someone who works as A&R at Empire. He also works as at a school at the Art Institute of Houston as higher up. He helps the kids out and helps them figure out what their career plans are going to be. And he went to school. He just got married. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
It's beautiful. It looks like it was a very organic, happy, peaceful wedding, and y'all look genuinely happy and in love, and I just am inspired. So
appreciate it.
Tell me about what you have going on and more about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm the legendary Yeti, and I work with Epic Records, and I do marketing out here with Epic, and some of the artists that I've worked with are Future, A-Child, 21 Savage, Rick Ross, Travis Scott, DJ Khaled, King Combs, DDG has been a real cool person. Flip De Niro, really cool working with Flip. And I mention those people because a lot of people I've had the opportunity to either market some of their music or even collaborate with them personally. Like Zoe Dollars worked with him personally, A-Child worked with him personally, Flip De Niro worked with him personally, DDG worked with him personally, and it's been super cool. So one of the coolest things that I feel like I do with the label is meet and greets. And if you check out my Instagram, it's the Legendary Yeti on Instagram. You can see all the highlights from those events. One of the first ones was Zoe Dollars. So normally the artists will come down. We have a luncheon for the artists. Normally there's DJs there. Those are the primary people. And then we also invite other influential people in our music industry because the Houston music industry is a little different. Like out here, you get the full culture, you know what I'm saying? And it's really the Texas is really the Houston culture that we embody. So it could be people who influence music who aren't only DJs, you know what I'm saying? So we bring a lot of other people, like sometimes it's radio personalities who are very influential, it's bloggers, it's concert hosts, sometimes it's even people who deal with fashion or people who deal with jewelry. And you know, like it could even be people who deal with cars because, you know, slabs and at this point, exotic foreign cars influential in our culture. So we try to tap, well, it's really my team, you know, but I'm the Houston face. So I try to tap into everybody who I know that's influencing the market. And then I'm not biased. I invite all my people out. And we normally really have a great time. All the artists that I've worked with have been really cool and humble. And they take pictures. They do DJ drops. They do radio drops. So like I said, we all get together. We have food, review the music. After that, it's really a meet and greet with the artists. So we have about an hour, maybe an hour and a half to really talk to the artists, kind of hear their backstory and be able to exchange some of our personal stories. After that, we pretty much go to the more, right now it's been terrestrial radio stations. So in Houston, our terrestrial radio stations are 93.7, 97.9. We go over there, we meet with some DJs and program directors, and we do radio interviews. I said, like, you can literally see all of these highlights on my Instagram. It's the Legendary Yeti. So I came into this, I've been doing this, like people always be like, oh, it sounds so cool, like I want to get that job, but I've been doing this like 15 plus years now. And I really, what'd you say?
So you paid your dues already.
Yeah, man, and I really have. And the cool thing about it is a lot of these, it's funny that you say you feel like you know me a million years. A lot of these people who I wound up inviting, I've known like 5+ years. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Same.
really cool. I like to really have my relationships to be close, my friendships as well as my business workingships, and sometimes those two things intertwine.
Mhm.
But my career really started. I guess it started at Lamar High School. I used to rap and I used to write music. And one of my close friends, his name is June James. We rode the same bus together.
Mhm.
But now he's like a mega producer. He just got a placement from Drake. Also this year, he got placement with 2 Chainz. He's got a couple songs with 2 Chainz at this point. He did Yosemite for Travis Scott. And then, like, even with that being said, just to talk about the relationships, like, whenever June has a new song with an artist that's on my label, I literally text him and I'd be like, hey, I seen you just got this song, like Yosemite, or even put a date on it. He did put a date on it for Yo Gotti. And so when I saw that song come out, I said, hey, June, I noticed your tag is at the beginning of this song. I'm finna push this song. And he takes back like, okay, appreciate it. So then when the song started picking up, he already know what's going on. And then I know what's going on his end without us even having to talk. Like, I want to see you win. You my bro, you know what I'm saying? So, and then, without even having to be said, that song, I think, is gone double platinum at this point. And so in order to go platinum, you have to sell 1 million units. So that's 2 million on that song. Yosemite also went platinum. So we try to look out for each other, and I try to show love any way that I can. After Lamar, though, when I graduated, went to Sam Houston. That's how I got the name Legendary Yeti. I went to Sam Houston. I was one of the first DJs out there, the very first one. Kind of just really gave me opportunity to really run it. He saw potential in me, and he gave me the opportunity to run the campus. And I ran it, honestly. And I did my thing, DJing. It got to the point where, but I still come from humble beginnings, even though I say it like that. But that's just how I really was. I came from humble beginnings. I used to DJ in some of my friends' dorm rooms. You know what I'm saying? And it just be 5 of us. But before I graduated, and then a little bit after graduation, it got to the point where I was having 2,000 people at all of my parties. And then I taught a lot of people after me how to DJ. So I want to say the last time that I was on campus and DJ, I want to say that was like basically like. So I went to school 4 years, but
Mhm.
then my legacy carried on 4 years after graduation. And that's how I got the name the Legendary Yeti, because I started DJing for so many freshman classes, and people were gonna know me after they were gonna know my name after I was gone. And I had taught so many other people how to DJ that all of the DJs who were on campus learned from me. You know what I'm saying? So that was really my legacy.
That's
And
dope.
after that, appreciate it. I went to the Art Institute of Houston and I studied audio production. I focused on music business. And then after graduation, I worked there as a student. I was the assistant academic advisor. And after graduation, they asked me to come back. And my title now is now I'm the academic advisor. Basically, I'm a mentor, so I'm pretty much like an academic
Yes,
advisor. So
you're the academic advisor, yeah. And I'm
yeah,
gonna come to you
pretty much.
anybody else because you're
Definitely, yeah. They come to us for like everything.
yes,
Yeah,
that's cool with the good vibes and whatnot.
yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I like Yeti. We should go to Yeti instead. Hold on one second.
Yeah,
Let me freshen this up. This kind of dry looking here.
yeah.
And I'm gonna be right back, okay?
Okay, cool.
I think it was one more thing. Oh, well, you can ponder. I'm gonna talk about follow these next. So
Okay,
you can ponder that. Hold
all right.
All right.
Everybody back
Yes.
from
Let's
brief
get
intermission.
it together. This is my lipstick. I made it.
Oh, okay, that's dope. What's
Yes.
it made out of?
It's vegan lipstick. It's just made out
Yeah.
of oils and minerals and vitamins.
Okay. Yeah, I figured it would be something like that. That's why I asked.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we have a joint venture coming out that's been rolling around a little bit, and
Yeah.
it's a mixture of what you spoke about earlier, and I'll let you talk about that a little bit yourself first.
Yeah, Follow These is pretty dope. And that was one of the first things people have been asking me, like, what's going on with the music industry now, now that we're dealing with COVID and now that we're in a quarantine. And Follow These was really, really cool because that was one of the first things that kind of showed where performance would go for really all artists, because it's independent artists that we worked with, but mainstream artists have been doing this too.
Mm-hmm.
And our first idea was to do a showcase and have artists to come out and be able to perform and then be able to record everything. And we were gonna have it to be intimate, but it was gonna be really, really dope. And we had to really transition that to a Zoom call, which also was super dope because the artists even practiced on Zoom, and they did some test runs with the instrumentals, and
Yeah.
everybody was able to perform on their own screen. That was dope.
It was low key
Um,
like the same thing, kind of, in a weird
yeah, yeah, it really was. It worked out well.
way.
And so, Follow These is really just a platform for artists to be able to showcase their talent, be able to get in front of a new audience and fan base, be able to network when they come to the event, and then be able to invite people from different aspects of the industry to come out and also check out these artists and see some of the talent that Houston has. So yeah, I think, and then you the face of it, and so I think that's a really good face to have because you are super social. I think all the artists that you brought were like so different and dope. Like even some of your personal friends, I think one of your friends was like a photographer that was on the practice run. Yeah, like it was a lot of people that was really cool. So even with that being said, like if you come and perform, you'll be able to get that total package. You'll be able to perform in front of an audience, perform in front of industry people who can give you real feedback, people that you can talk to and be personal with to try to grow your career. You could get professional pictures taken, and also the biggest takeaway is the video. You get a really professional video of your performance that you can use to kind of boost and build your career. So yeah, Follow These is super cool, dope.
Yeah, that's what I just went ahead and transitioned it to Follow These. So that's the name of this show as well. And then
Okay,
we just we can joint venture them together and like mesh.
definitely.
I just feel like that would be a beautiful unity because as I post the interviews, since people aren't doing the close contact thing, we do the interviews this
Yeah,
way, and a lot of people were miss the interview, or maybe didn't see it, or didn't get to talk to the person, or maybe you just want to get to know somebody more intimately. So we have this, which is similar to what our plans are, and so then we have the commercial that's getting worked on right now by Pirate. Pirate got an interview a couple of days ago, and he did an awesome job. And we talked about the commercial for it and how he's working on that. And he has so many projects that he's doing right now. He's actually shooting 2 music videos for me too at the same time. So
okay.
he has a lot going on right now, and he's shooting short films. And I have about 8 scripts I have to get to him too. But yeah, that's the homie. Shout out to you, Pirate. Any shout outs that you want to give? Any
Oh
people
my God, the
like
list is so long.
need?
Super duper long list. Shout out to
We'll
Mackie
pull up.
HCX and the Sunday Music Study. Shout out to Bob Breezy and Hugh Stock. Shout out to Ghost That's Fam. Shout out to Butch Hartfield, Eden, Miss Megan. I swear my list long. DJ Shunny. It's so many people. Shunny Boy. It's a lot of people who show me a lot of love. So
Who
shout
were
out to June James. You said what?
You said June James, and who were the first 2 you said?
The first two, the list so long I done forgot. Bob Breezy, I know I said Bob Breezy, that's the homie. So many people, so many. But yeah, shout out to Epic Records for sure, for sure. Yeah.
All right. But, well, I always ask everybody to do this. So your younger self is watching, little baby Yeti, and he doesn't know where to start. He kind of feels like he may want to do the same thing as you, or he may want to be a doctor, or he may want to be a lawyer. But it's a little black boy and he's looking through the screen, or a little black girl that you inspired and they want to be like you. What advice would you give them right now?
Baby Yeti already knew that he wanted to be here and he knew it was possible. But I also understand Baby Yeti is a little different. I swear, if you want to be a doctor, do that for real, for real. And anybody in any, anybody who's focused on any specific profession that you need to go to school for, and you know for a fact it's gonna lead to a job and a career, then definitely do that. And if you're interested in music or any of the arts, you can use that career to finance that job. And that's what I tell. I used to speak at high school, so that's what I tell everybody, because even like Baby Yeti knew he wanted to be here, and that's how I wanted up here. But College Yeti, if I could go holler at him, I would have said, "Hey, look, major in English, minor in Spanish, and get a degree like a teaching certification. So that way you can finance all your creative dreams that you want to do." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you really gotta have like it wasn't until now I started, not like right now, but like maybe 3 years ago I started having visions of what I say to myself as having my feet on the ground, meaning doing something that can be seen as a lot more financially stable. My job is rewarding, and it's rewarding for me. I've seen a lot of people come through this path and similar paths that fall off because they are only looking for monetary rewards. But me, I had goals, and I feel like all of the goals that I wanted to hit, I've either hit them all or I'm hitting them all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even if I, like, what you was gonna say?
What goals did you set for yourself?
That's another thing about me. My goals have always been general. I've always had general goals. So I didn't say, "Oh, I want to work for Epic Records and I want to do marketing." I never said that. What I said was, I want to work in the music industry and I want to learn more about all of the positions so I can see where I fit in. So what I did was, when I went to the Art Institute, the first class we had was called Survey of the Music Industry, and it tells you about the whole job market for the music industry. So all of the jobs that were listed, I tried to work all of them to see which ones I actually like. So when I was a student, I was promoting concerts for Score More. I worked at a music store. I was a DJ. And I didn't have a traditional job. I had all of those jobs. So then I wound up interning at the studio. This is like 2 years later. I wound up interning at a studio called Wire Road. So now at this point, I'm DJing. I just finished doing the concert promotion. I might have still been doing that just a little bit. I had worked my way up, and now I was just kind of doing bigger shows. And that's another thing. Like, if you're going to be in this industry, you got to always be willing to work your way up. You can't be saying, "Oh, I'm finna get in there and just pop." No, like, you got to really put the work in. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so I had worked my way up to where I was doing bigger shows. And then I wound up interning at Wire Road Studios. Shout out to them, too, because they showed me a lot of love, and we worked together a lot. Started interning at Wire Road, and I was a DJ, and I was a full-time student. And so then I was also helping June James do his meet and greets. So that's where all of this came together to equal to work experience. So what happened was, the guy from Epic Records wanted to come into one of the meet and greets, and he knew I was hosting it. And then he hired me pretty much, like, he hired me on the spot.
Already before.
Exactly. I was already doing it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, one of the main keys to success that I found is determination. Because like I said, my goal was general. I wanted to work in the music industry. So I worked all of the jobs in the music industry, and I had accumulated all this experience. So by the time the dude, I gave him my resume. I gave him my resume in like 2013, 2014. He didn't hire me till 2017. And when he called me in 2016, he was like, "Hey, did you still want this job with Epic?" I literally said to him, "Yeah, I want the job, but when did I apply?" He was like, "I'm looking at your resume right now. You sent it to me in 2013. I'm like, "What?" Yes. So he was saying, you apply for this job, but at that time
You
we
weren't
weren't
ready.
looking. And now we are looking for somebody in Houston. So that's how it happened.
Completely. I get where he was coming from and where you were coming from, but in the spiritual realm, I heard you weren't ready at that time. Now you're ready. So I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it wasn't the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't the moment. And the craziest part about that is I graduated from the Art Institute in 2016. So he called me like a few months after I graduated and offered me the job.
Look at God.
Crazy.
Hello, wanted it. Yes, indeed.
So
So
that's what I'm saying. Like, with the advice to Little Yeti, it's two paths. You could take the path of just pure determination, but if you take that path, it's gonna come with a lot of sacrifices, plenty sacrifices. Like any interview that you watch from anybody in any of these creative industries, I got the same story. I sacrificed a lot of birthdays, my own birthdays and family.
holidays.
So many holidays. I done worked holidays.
That's when the
I
stuff
didn't
the
work.
most popping in Los Angeles is holidays like Valentine's Day, Christmas, families' birthdays and stuff, and like it's just always like that. I swear, every time.
Yeah, so it
Thanksgiving.
comes with sacrifices. You're gonna be broke. I slept in my car. Like,
Oh
did
wow.
like all the other stories.
Let's
I've
talk
done
more
them.
about that. You slept in your car?
Yeah, I wasn't like homeless. I just like had so much work to do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
when I was a student at the Art Institute, like I used to like, you might have an 8 o'clock class,
Yeah.
because at the Art Institute the class is 4 hours each.
Oh yes, for school.
But like, I did this like for my whole day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might
Yeah.
go to school in the morning, then
Yeah.
have to go to work, then have like a studio session at night. So I'm not getting like no 8 hours, probably not even like 5. I'm getting like 3, and I'm taking like an hour nap in the car. I might go to sleep in the car, then go to class. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
yeah, but that money be tight too. You know what I'm saying? You can't wear designer, when you want to, because you might have to pay your student loans. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever you got to do.
Now, like just learning the financial studies and stuff, and like how Black people are failing as a culture when it comes to not saving properly or not learning the proper way to save. The more simple you do things, or the more creative you can be when it comes to just dressing and doing those simple things, like that's the better, because you're saving your money and you're being smart about your money. You're living below your means. And most wealthy people wear t-shirts. T-shirts. They don't
Yeah.
have all of that on. And something I learned too about when you get jewelry, it's okay to invest in gold, but it takes the purity out when you get the diamonds put in
Diamonds.
gold. So when
Yo.
you get your gold, you have to get plain gold. That way, when you send it back, it can just get melted. You can get a lot more money back instead of just selling your stuff with your diamonds in. And the diamonds most of the time aren't even all the way like clean like they say they are in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for sure. Like, when it comes to financial literacy, one of the first things you should do is have an emergency fund. And you want to have an emergency fund of $1,000, and then build from there. You want to continue to save. So whatever means you went through to get that 1,000, I would encourage you to continue to save that same amount, until you feel like you're at a comfortable amount. And that's how I started my fund.
Okay.
So, yep.
Yeah, because they start with that 20 a week thing. That doesn't work for everybody. So
Yeah, I was doing like I started off. I think I started off trying to do like $250 a month, and then I noticed that I had extra, so I started doing like $500 a month. But when I noticed I had extra, that's because I had stopped spending. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, if I just go grocery shopping instead of eating out all the time, and if I cook or just eat salads and vegetables from time to time, then I can save more money, And then I got excited about saving money, so I took that 250, bumped it up to 500. Then I would save. Then I went from saving 500 a month to probably saving 500 a check. So now I'm saving $1,000 a month. You know what I'm saying?
There you
And then
go.
once I got there, then I stopped caring about a lot of other materialistic things. And then I just started caring more about being able to have buying power is what I call it. Like if you see something, you know, that's a necessity or something that you want that's of value, then you can actually purchase it. You don't have to use credit or anything like that. I start finessing credit too though, but yeah.
Yeah, the way you smiled after you said that.
For real.
That was funny.
Now that financial literacy though, I'm interested in that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm doing all right, but I'm still learning and growing.
Yeah, I like it. I'm just getting into it. And I know that you were trying to get more information from Stroh. Shout out to the library. That's where we were going to
For
have
sure.
in at. And the library is a Black-owned coffee and wine house out here in Houston, Texas. They have food. Everything is under $5 right now. And it's going to be for the rest of the year. So
Yeah.
get your food and your drinks, alcohol included.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the homie. He was gonna have us have their thing there. They're still open. They're still having events there. I was thinking about having something there possibly later on after I work with a friend of mine who's coming in town. But he leaves probably like early August. So probably after those voice lessons and guitar lessons and whatnot.
Voice lessons, that's what's up.
Yeah, I might try to slide in an interview too, because he's a legend too. I don't want to put his name out
Nah,
there.
for real.
I don't know if he's gonna do it or not.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about him later after we get off of
Okay.
here. All right.
Nah, that's it.
That was pretty much it. Is there anything else you'd like to say or add, or that you feel like you need to talk about, or that you wanted to make sure people know?
Like I said, I just want to encourage everybody to follow me for real. Because I utilize Instagram to I'm one of them people who picked up on the highlight thing early on. So if you scroll back far enough in my Instagram feed, you can literally see my whole timeline. I use my my Instagram kind of as my portfolio with this music. So you can see me go to school at Sam. You can see the parties that I used to host with the 2,000 people. You can see me graduate from Sam. You can see me literally pretty much enroll at the Art Institute and go through that whole struggle and journey all the way up until now. And I'm gonna keep adding to it. And then also all these other services that I'm kind of tapping into now. So I'm really interested in copyright and intellectual property. Those are some services that I want to be able to offer to independent artists. I'm interested in distribution and publishing. And then I can also record and mix as an engineer. Those are some services that I'm offering now. So yeah, like I say, I would encourage the people to follow me, tap in with me, get in my comments. You can hit me in the DM if you want more advice or you want some knowledge on a specific topic, or even if you want to book a session. Right now I'm recording at Wide Road, but there are other studios that I know that if you need a specific type of service, I can help you meet that. So yeah, like I say, just hit me, feel free. I'm gonna chop it up with you and keep it cool, just like we chopping it up right now.
Yes, send him a DM. He's very humble. He's very kind, and you can tell he got whoopings and he was raised right. So he's not going to be with you when you send him a message.
For sure.
And thank you so much for coming out. We need to do a thumbnail picture. So just make a picture like, for the picture. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right.
That was like some what's his name on YouTube? Narwhal. Have you ever heard of Narwhal?
Yes.
Yeah, that was like a Narwhal moment.
That's hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna turn this recording off. Thank you guys so much. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about next. If you have any questions for Yeti, I will relay the messages as well. Go ahead and comment. Let me know what you guys want me to ask him. And blessings. See you on the next video. Deuces. All right.